That 100-foot depth represents your intense desire. And that 1 inch dug up spot of earth, if you just add a little soil, it reveals how little you desire. Does that mean that just by having a small birth, you attain salvation? Well, there are other matters, but I won't go into them now. We've reached the end of the video. Earlier in the video, we discussed Gyan Yoga, Karma Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga, didn't we? That discussion reminded me of a story. A story just popped into my mind. I'd like to share it with you. I'll conclude this video by telling you that story. That is quite a good story. Deep within a dense forest, 4 sages lived. Are you with me? And a sage used to practice spiritual discipline and penance, focusing on Gyan Yoga. One sage practiced asceticism through Bhakti Yoga. Another sage practiced asceticism through Karma Yoga. A third sage practiced asceticism through power, energy, or motion. These 4 were great sages, all foremost devotees of Mahadev. They are very devout devotees of Mahadev, and they want to meet Mahadev and receive boons from him. Okay? And at one point, 4 sages gathered together, conversed, and revealed their intentions. From that day onwards, the 4 sages no longer saw each other. This isn't to say they ever physically fought or quarreled, but through their arguments, they came to dislike each other. Because the sage who practices Karma Yoga and engages in spiritual discipline believes, I am all. And the sage who practices Bhakti Yoga and engages in spiritual discipline believes, I am everything. Those practicing Karma Yoga with devotion and austerity don't accept others, and Bhakti Yogis don't either. They reject each other. They believe they are supreme, thinking, my way is right, everyone else's is wrong. Okay? There were 4 sages. One day it was raining in the forest. Okay? Now 4 sages who live in separate places have left those spots and arrived at a certain spot in the forest, meaning they are still far apart. Okay, but their places are very far away, and now suddenly they are in the forest, right? And they are remember this, they are very devout, meaning ultimate devotees of Mahadev. The 4 sages, despite their extensive meditation and rigorous penance to Mahadev, have still not seen him or received a single boon from him as of yet. Is that understood? So these 4 sages were there. One day in that forest, suddenly a torrential downpour began. The rain was very heavy. Suddenly they started saying, and then they began to run for any shelter. And the 4 sages, you see, they didn't like rain. Okay, they didn't like getting wet. Okay. And so the 4 sages suddenly began to run, and they kept calling out to Mahadev saying, oh Mahadev, we have been calling for you, but you have not come to see us even once. But please, at the very least, do this one small thing for us. We have been wandering from one place to another, exhausted. We beg you, just put an end to this relentless rain. If you won't appear, then at least stop the rain. O Almighty, please stop this rain for us. But despite these pleas, the rain isn't stopping. There's a temple in that forest, okay? There's a temple. However, the temple is a bit dilapidated. So everyone went and took shelter in that temple. And the temple was full of cracks. It's still raining on them, and they are already wet anyway. Okay, the rain is very heavy. Now, in that temple, there's a temple dedicated to Mahadev. Okay, there's a statue of Mahadev. In the place where the idol stands, where the idol of Lord Mahadev resides, the rain is falling less. It's simply not raining. If you go around it, there's very little rain, just a sprinkle. But on the other sides of the temple, where they are, it's raining heavily, causing cracks. So this time, all 4 of them planned, realizing there was no other way. Each of the 4 practices meditation and penance on different subjects. But now he went completely to that idol of Mahadev and stood leaning against its body. And suddenly, Mahadev, and then the rain suddenly stopped. It just stopped. The rain stopped, and Mahadev immediately appeared in his full glory. He came and said, you have called me, and you have invoked me so strongly that I was compelled to come. Now, I have indeed stopped the rain. Is there anything else you wish for?
Any boon you desire from me? Then you may speak. Now, these four sages were absolutely furious. They asked, "We've been running through the jungle, getting drenched for so long. Why didn't you come at that time?" Mahadev came and said, "You four, representing knowledge, action, devotion, and power, were all in separate places. How could I come?" Any sage, you who are a sage, you might be practicing spiritual discipline through Jnana Yoga. You are not acknowledging karma. You don't believe in devotion, you don't believe in power. Then how can I come? But the four people today who are involved in Bhakti Yoga, who are performing spiritual practices and penance through Bhakti Yoga, they don't believe in action, they don't believe in knowledge. Then how can I come? I admit that you have been performing penance for many years. But how can I come? The complete essence hasn't manifested in you yet. When the four of you embraced me, total knowledge, action, devotion, and power, all four united, you have compelled me to come. Then the words Mahadev had spoken. This entire set of qualities, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Shakti Yoga, if any one sage among you possessed all of this, I would have already come much earlier. But I wasn't finding it in any single person. That's why I couldn't come. Now the four sages are looking at each other. How greatly mistaken they were, and tears welled up in the eyes of the four sages. The four sages, with folded hands, apologized to Mahadev, saying, "Mahadev, we have erred greatly." Mahadev said, "Everything is karma and devotion. Even the devotion you practice is karma. The spiritual practice you perform with power is also karma. Understood?" Jnana Yoga, the profound knowledge you are currently acquiring, that too is a form of action. Everything in this world is deeply interconnected. But when the four of you embraced, I arrived, bringing the rain to a sudden halt, and now I have come to grant you a boon. So, this is the main point we are looking at here. What exactly have you learned from this? My video might contain various discussions. Some people might understand it, some people might not understand it. Some people, well, most people will be able to understand it. But there's also a reason for not understanding. Suppose I do tailoring work, okay? I do tailoring, meaning I make clothes like shirts, pants, and t shirts. Now, if someone asks me to build a rocket, will I be able to build it? No. If someone suddenly gives me knowledge of rocket science, will I be able to grasp that knowledge and build a rocket tomorrow? No. It will take time. Just like it took me time to learn this work, it will also take time to build a rocket. Now, if someone asks me to build a rocket based on this work, I certainly won't be able to. I won't be able to build a rocket tomorrow with that knowledge. It will take time. So it's not like I'm just saying something offhand, implying it's not rocket science. It's not some incredibly difficult concept. But there might be some things you haven't encountered before, or some topics you might not have heard before. So this, you'll first need to listen to it and understand it. You'll also have to learn a lot more. Only then might you understand a bit. Is everything clear? We have covered a wide variety of different topics throughout this video presentation. If I have happened to say anything that was incorrect, I sincerely ask for your forgiveness. Namaste.